So one of my favorite weekend things to do is to go out and get a morning latte. It's like my special weekend treat. I'm usually going for a walk with Stella, and we always stop in at one of the local coffee shops and get a little something to drink. Now this time of year, there's one flavor that's a little bit more popular, a lot more popular than all of the other flavors, and that of course is pumpkin spice. And that got me thinking, so what's up with pumpkin spice? I mean, what is it? Is there actually any pumpkin in it? Is there pumpkin in my latte? Where does this come from and why is it so ridiculously popular? So, you have those same questions? Stick around and we'll discuss. Okay, so let's start off with what is pumpkin spice? Pumpkin spice is actually the traditional spices that people have always used or usually use when they're making pumpkin pies. So your spice blend is going to start with cinnamon. It's going to have some ginger. It's going to have some nutmeg. It's going to have some allspice, and it's going to have some cloves. Those are the 5 main ones that are in it. Sometimes people will add a little mace to that as well, but generally it's just going to be those 5: cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, and cloves. Those spices have actually always gone really, really well with pumpkin. And actually they go well with a lot of other type of things, with sweet potato pies, pumpkin pies, with candied yams. They go really, really well together with that kind of vegetable. Now it used to be that you had 5 little bottles of each of those spices in your spice cabinet. But in 1934, McCormick came along and said, you know what, we're going to make this easier for the home cook, and we're going to blend all these spices together and sell it as pumpkin pie spice. So they were actually the first people to market pumpkin pie spice way back in 1934. That brings us to our next question. Does my pumpkin spice latte have any pumpkin in it? Well, it may now, but it didn't get pumpkin in it until 2015. It actually started off with just the spices. In fact, most things that are labeled pumpkin spice have absolutely no pumpkin in them at all. The reason they are orange, because I know you're thinking, but Mama Coco, it's orange. Sorry, babe, it's food dye. Generally what they do is they want you to think pumpkin, so they make it pumpkin color. But no pumpkin. So here's the thing. Our favorite giant coffee company didn't actually invent the combination of pumpkin spice and coffee. They did invent the pumpkin spice latte. That happened in 2003. But they actually weren't the first ones to combine pumpkin spices with coffee, not at all. That had been going on in smaller coffee shops throughout the country for years. Now, why did the smaller coffee shops start using it? Well, pretty simple. Cappuccino is usually topped with cinnamon. Cinnamon is one of the biggest players in the pumpkin spice game. Coffee and cinnamon go really, really well together. They're actually really quite delicious. Throw in some nutmeg and some ginger and oh my God, you've got this flavor bomb. That's awesome, which is why it is so popular. It is one of those things where it's this huge, huge flavor, which is at once different because it's in a latte, but familiar because it reminds you of Thanksgiving and home and grandma and pie. And who doesn't love pie? Seriously, everybody loves pie. So we can't have a conversation about pumpkin spice without mentioning all of the tons and tons of things out there that are now suddenly pumpkin spice flavored. You have things that are kind of traditional, and I get it, like pumpkin spice cookies and pumpkin spice ground coffee and pumpkin spice cream cheese. I get it. Not crazy about it, but I get it because those type of things where cinnamon would go naturally anyway. So they're just kind of playing on that, but they're adding, like I said, the rest of the big flavor bomb, the cinnamon, the ginger, the nutmeg, the allspice, and the cloves. But we got to talk about the stuff that just shouldn't have pumpkin spice in it at all. The pumpkin spice kale chips. Ew. The pumpkin spice potato chips. I mean, who puts cinnamon and stuff on their potato chips? Or the big one, the pumpkin spice Spam. Really? Spam? Those are things that they're not going to have that flavor component ever. So you're just kind of doing it for gimmick and doing it for marketing. And that's where I think people start to have the problem with the pumpkin spice, is when a product takes over the universe and everything is now flavored like that. People, it's that oversaturation where it becomes a joke. It becomes kind of silliness or basic, however you want to insult it, but becomes something that is no longer, the good qualities are no longer being recognized. Now you're just kind of talking about how it's everywhere and, oh my God, you're sick of pumpkin spice. And I get that. And actually, honestly, feel the same way. Now, what do we do if we actually really enjoy that kind of flavor profile? So if you're one of those people who really enjoys pumpkin spice, then that's great. Keep enjoying it. Do you. I'm never going to be one of those people who tells you not to enjoy something you really love. And even if you like pumpkin spice Spam, I'm going to look at you weird and I'm going to be a little judgy, but I'm not going to stop you and I'm not going to say, ew, you definitely shouldn't be eating that. I'm just going to be like, Spam. Okay. But after that, I'm going to let you do you. And I absolutely think you should. Millions of people love pumpkin spice latte. But my challenge to you is figure out what it is about pumpkin spice latte you really love. Is it really just that you like cinnamon and you want cinnamon in everything? Then great. Let's play around and experiment with cinnamon. If you think that suddenly you didn't know how much you loved allspice or nutmeg or even cloves, then explore those flavors. Now, one way you're going, well, I don't know which one of these flavors is which, Mama Coco. I don't know which one is in my pumpkin spice that I like the most. There's an easy solution. Get little bottles or little cans of each of the 5 spices and actually smell it before you taste your pumpkin spice latte. It'll smell like it tastes, and then you'll be able to go, oh, it's the cloves in this that I really love and enjoy. So let me experiment with cloves. Let me experiment with ginger. They all have very unique properties, and if you separate them out and really explore what each one of those spices can do, because they're really great spices. And again, very familiar. They're spices that you've probably had around your whole entire life. You just never could identify exactly which one they were. They're great spices, so explore them, get to know them, try them in something different. Not necessarily Spam, but try them in something different. Try them in your icings when you're baking cakes and things like that. Try them in your tea. Get a cinnamon tea, get a ginger tea. Try putting a little nutmeg in there while it's steeping. So try different things and different experiments to explore those flavors. Try using them individually in different uses and different applications, from sweet to savory, because all of those spices can actually be used both in sweet and savory. And they really do shine in both areas. That's kind of my challenge. Explore things, find out what it is you really like about those things. Now, at the end of the day, you're like, I just really love pumpkin pie spice. Then love pumpkin pie spice. I mean, it's been around, it's been bottled at least since 1934. There is a reason it is good. And don't let anyone saying that you're basic discourage you. Everybody loves cinnamon and ginger and cloves and nutmeg and allspice. They remind us of home. They remind us of fall. They remind us of good times at holiday dinners or parties or things like that. They usually have a strong emotional connection just by smell. So it's okay if you love them. It's okay. Drink as many pumpkin spice lattes as, that big company can send you. Don't feel ashamed of it. They're very familiar. They're very homey. They're very just beautiful spices. So enjoy. Really, really enjoy it. I do, like I said, challenge you to figure out, if it isn't just all pumpkin spices, what is it? But if it is all pumpkin spices, then absolutely enjoy the fact that those flavors are such a great combination. And every now and again, make a pumpkin pie, an actual pumpkin pie with actual pumpkin. Yeah, I said it, a pie. Anyway. Thanks for checking us out. This is Mama Coco. It's been great talking pumpkin spice with you. Please like, subscribe, make lots and lots of comments, and share this video if you can. I would really appreciate it. And until next time, have a great day.